Okay, hello. It's about time I made a video for how we can model costumes and things for our characters. It's a bit late, but I need to get this, I want to get this out. So I'm gonna take it super easy. It's gonna be really chill. I'm just gonna go through and make some things really relaxed. Not gonna make it too intense or anything. And I'll start with the head, and I'll just make some things for the head. Super straightforward, something you might have seen me make before, like just an earring. Just make a little torus, or donut, whatever you want to call it. Make a low poly shape, maybe increase the spans a little, to like 12. 12 is okay for how small it's going to be. Could be even smaller, honestly. It's going to be quite a small object. On this distance, yeah, something like that. Something like that. Got a little thingy. That's neat. Something like that. Noise. Got an earring. Let's do some other stuff. Someone said a collar. And I should check. I'm gonna check after. You can make a collar. It doesn't need to be hollow. You can just do it from a cylinder. You could do something like that. And I'm assuming you meant something similar to a cow collar when that was suggested. Doing like a shirt collar, you'd need a shirt first. Let's just do something for this. You can make a small sphere. I don't like using spheres. They use up quite a lot of resolution. If I do use them, I reduce them quite a bit. At least for this purpose that we're doing here, that I'm showing you. Mesh display, soften edge. And if you want to make a bell, you don't have to do it on top of the cow. You can hide what you have, and you can just work on it normally separately and then bring it back in for the character. So how do we make that? I'm gonna start with a cylinder, and I'm gonna show you a nice little way to do hollow objects, like a bell. So it's gonna be pretty straightforward. I'm gonna reduce its thingies as well, maybe to like 16 should be okay. And I'm gonna add a few this way. And just so in case someone misses it, I'm moving these by not typing in. I just click the name, and then with my middle mouse button, I move up and down to change the number in here. And you can do that with everything. Any of these channels, you can use your middle mouse button after you select the name to change the value. So let's start here. I have symmetry on, I don't really need it. Let's just make some kind of weird, very standard cowbell. I'm not using reference, you should be using reference. I say this every time, just because I'm being, I suppose, a bad example by not using reference all the time, but I have something in my head. I've seen cowbells before, and I'm not trying to be accurate, I'm just trying to show you something. You should try to actually, be accurate to an extent. Okay, so there's a few ways we could do it now. We could just extrude this inwards, which you've seen me do before. We could just delete this and then grab this whole thing and then extrude it inwards this way, which is different, like this inward. So we can pull it out or we can pull it in, and when we pull it in it gets reversed. That's why it turns black. And we need to just select it, mesh display, reverse. Then we got this. And now it goes a bit too far in here because it's actually, if you do transparency, see it's done it in here as well because we have this, so it's pushed this in as well. I don't actually need these details on the inside. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, in this transparent mode, select them and delete them. Control D, Control delete to delete them, and get rid of this transparency. And now you have a bell. Ding ding dong. Great. What do we do with this? You could add things on the inside. Let's just, sure, why not? We're here, it's late. This is what I'm doing this for, why not? Let's do it. Let's make some more stuff. Oh my god, I shouldn't record videos when I'm fairly tired because they become slightly less professional, as you might have noticed. I'll try and keep it together, don't worry. Oh my gosh, the music in the background is very celebratory. Let me switch this quick. Yeah. Oh, Tatsuro Yamashita. Yeah, this is gonna be a casual video, I feel. Mission Play, Soft and Edge. If you haven't heard Tatsuro Yamashita, ads. He's pretty good. Excellent. Okay, we have a bell. Lovely. Let's put it in a group. Control G. And move our pivot point up here. Then bring up our character. Let's move our bell down. Oh, it's gonna get really... There we go. Massive bell, absolutely massive. But that's okay, because we're making a stylized character. Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn this down. But we're making a stylized character. So it makes sense. Making things exaggerated and stuff is cool. We can make it small if you want. You don't have to make it big. I just want to because it looks cool. What else can we make? Because that was the color, wasn't it? Let's grab all of this junk. Put this in here. What's this other stuff? This is the little point, and this is the earring. Great. So the whole color is here. There's a lot of things you could do. Let's do. I'm just gonna do random things because you have some cool different designs. All of you. Some of them are realistic, some of them not. Some are crazy. I'm just gonna make some costume pieces that are little and cute and stylized. We'll start with small things. We'll get the bigger things, and you can just look through them all and you know, see if there's anything you can use for your own character. Now, I have an eye here, which if you put a monocle in here, you could, if you wanted to, hide this and just put the monocle, because I'm making a monocle right now. If it wasn't clear yet, you could do this and give it like an evil scientist monocle. You don't have to keep the eye in there, just because it might look a little weird. You can kind of bend physics and logic to make sense for a stylized character. I'm gonna delete that part and delete the back. When you double click, it selects individual islands, so obviously these aren't connected anymore, even though they're the same object. And then when I double click, it will select everything from that solo object. Let's do this and connect. Give ourselves a little thingy. Do this, and then let's just extrude everything. And I could delete the inside if I wanted to make that kind of monocle. Or I could be, we could do it differently. We could just extrude it inwards or something. And we only need one side, we don't need the back of this. In stylized stuff, sometimes you want to keep back the stuff just because it gives it some thickness, but and also you never know what angle you're gonna see some of this stuff. But for this, I'm not being particularly careful at the moment. And you can do something like that, and that's like a monocle, and you can make that transparent. You can make it glass. Obviously, you wouldn't want the glass to go through the eye. And what else could we do? Let's grab a curve and let's start it. Curves are on the ground, aren't they? Okay, so let's just do something like that. Where'd it go? I can't see the curve. Why not? Because my NURBS curves was invisible. Sorry, that's an issue just I have. You won't have that. Yeah, so I'm drawing a curve directly from here. I'm holding V to snap to the pivot, to the vertex. And now I can kind of like, oops. I'm gonna hold V again. No, that's not gonna work. Okay, what can we do? Can we do... Move the selected item to the nearest view plane. Nope. Snap the curves. Okay, I'll just do it this way then. I'll just put it on the ground. And then I'll move these points. So you grab the curve and you can hold right click and go to control vertex and you get these little points. And you can move the curve's location. As such. And you can put this wherever you want. I'm gonna put it down here, which makes no sense whatsoever. But I don't have a character design for you. You will have to come up with a logical place to put this. And then I'm just gonna pull out a cube, make it really tiny, and put it at the front of this curve. About here. And I'm gonna grab its face, and then I'm gonna grab the curve, and I'm gonna extrude, and it's gonna go to the end, not to the start, it's gonna go to the end, and I can increase the divisions. It's gonna do this, you've seen this before. If you want to twist, I think you gotta click this and find twist, which is down here. So I can do like a twist with this and make it spin around a bit. Now he looks kind of like a cyborg or a welder, which is not what I wanted, but you know, I'm just putting random stuff on here. Someone might ask, how do you make sunglasses? I don't want to do an entire set of sunglasses to show you, but I'll show you something very basic, which perhaps you can turn into something more complex. I'll show you a really terrible pair of glasses, which you can then see the idea. You just make one of the glasses essentially. And then you can either extrude or use separate objects to create the frame, the separate aspects of the frame. I'm being very, very terrible at the moment. Like, this is not me being careful and trying to model something. I'm just showing you the principle of, you know, basic idea. You can make the frame, you can make the other bits, and you can scale this in, and let's extrude it again, scale it back, and you have some fashionable glasses. I'm gonna put my pivot here, I'm gonna put it in the center of the world, I'm gonna freeze its transformations, and I'm gonna mirror it. Axis, direction, plus, right? And edit, delete by type, history, oops, I deleted something else, non-deformer, they're similar. And then we got a very chill cow that's also listening, that's gonna stab itself in the nose. Let's move these up. That was almost a cow from a certain anime, which I don't know whether you get the reference for, so I'm not gonna say it, but it looked eerily familiar. That previous one with the sharp glasses, they were like... Anyway, we got our cool cow now, which is totally fine. Where are these going? The ears are up there. I guess it's like glued to its head or something, or like they're kind of not glued, but they're kind of like squidging it, which is cool. I'm not gonna, someone said they wanted to give their cow a cigar. I'm not gonna show you how to do that. I think it's pretty easy anyway. Let's give it something else before I move on to kind of hats and shirts and space helmets and whatever else we end up doing. Let's do a mustache, because I know a lot of you have a mustache on your cows. Let's just do one first. You could do two, you could start from the middle and just do two. I'm just gonna do one, and I'm gonna put it down here, not up here. We don't want it realistic, we want it silly. So I'm gonna start lower down. I'm gonna make it big to start with. You can make it smaller if you need to. I think someone is making like Gomez from the Addams Family, but in cow form. So this will be useful there. Now, please don't do something like this. It's just don't do that. I remember someone when I was a student that did that, and it looked really, really bad. Now, I'm gonna do something very unconventional for my tutorials. I'm gonna actually get some reference. Because I have I can do one kind of mustache without reference, and it's this one. But I kind of I want a thin mustache reference or something like. Oh man, this guy. I used this guy as a reference in my first year for mustaches, and some things just come full circle. So let's do this guy's mustache after I do this monstrosity. What am I doing here? Okay, let me do it properly. Let me try and do it properly, because I'm being silly. Something like this. Let's do something like that. Oh, we got some bass in the background. I don't even know if you can hear the music in the background, honestly. Maybe a little bit. Let's see. And let's make this bit a little sharper. Or maybe sharper this way. Curious. Now there's a few ways you can add thickness. I'm just gonna do it this way. And you have to then make sure that these things that are pretty flat with each other still actually come back. Oops. I just grabbed the edge. So that it comes together. Now this kind of mustache probably needs another half. I don't think it's a mustache that can survive on its own. Let's mirror it. Lovely. And let's also bevel this top face. It's a bit, that's as far as it's gonna go. Now this stuff here is garbage at the moment. There's just so much trash here and it's coming together really badly. So I'm going to put my Worldex on now that we have a symmetrical stash. And I'm gonna grab all these and I'm gonna go edit mesh, merge to center. And we're gonna get a nice little sharp thingy. Now they look like lips at the moment because they're all very sharpened. So I'm gonna select it, mesh display, soften edge. And the bottom edge I'm gonna leave hard, because it's giving me a nicer kind of thingy there. And I could then go in and refine it and make it more curvy. I could give it more edge loops so that, you know, it's rounder and also has fewer lighting errors. There's a lot of things you can do to play around. Push this back. This is the weirdest thing I've done on a Friday night in a long time. Making cows with mustaches to Japanese bass city pop music. Excellent. Excellent. Alright, excellent. I showed you how to do some silly things. Let's do some other stuff. Let's do some other things. Let's try a hat. Actually, come on. I want to do a space helmet. Everyone's freaking... I'm just curious. Now, I hate working from spheres. I really don't like spheres. There's too much resolution in there for you to actually have any control. So what I would probably do for a space helm, I might start from a cylinder, to be honest. Let's bring it down to like 8. The cylinder that's inside the cow at the moment, and you cannot see. Here we are. So it's a hexagon, and I'll flatten it, kind of similar to how we started the collar. Something like this. Now a space helm is kind of a bit more of a chunky thing in it. So let's grab this and grab these faces and just extrude it to the front, all the way to the front, right? Oh, he's really going for it. And let's just throw these up here. And I'll do something very basic to begin with. This is a cow space helmet after all. I'll do something very basic to begin with, and then I'll use the smooth mode to start putting in smooth detail. I'm kind of almost outlining the shape of the head, keeping certain stylistic things like the squareness and stuff in mind. The squareness of the top head and stuff, and the ears. I'm gonna leave the ears sticking out for a moment. We'll see whether it was a good idea or not in a bit. I have an idea of what to do with them. Alright, now let's smooth mode. So free for smooth mode. Okay, okay. Kind of what I expected. I can pull this out. Now, do I want these to be like higher? Do I want it like a big space helmet, or should we leave it for now? Let's leave it for now. I want to grab this and this, and I want to go to mesh tools, crease, and we're gonna crease. And now we have this going on. We could then even like grab these and extrude them a little bit, and then we can grab those edges and crease those as well. Mesh tools, crease, bam. And now we have this weird sci-fi bit. It looks like this. Now let's see what we're gonna do on the inside here, because essentially we need to see the face somehow, right? So whether we do that right at the front or near okay, that looks very silly. Let's do this. That looks like a mask. Let's do something like this. It still can't see anything though. What happens if we delete these faces? We get something like that. What about these ones? Well, then it's just a hood, isn't it? Alright, we gotta delete the front ones. That's what's gonna happen. Won't work otherwise. Bam! That's what we want. It looks very weird still, but that's what we want. Let's try this. No, that's just dumb. Let's extrude these then. Let's see if we can get some kind of paneling going on. If we extrude them, it's gonna mess with this area, so we'll have to clean that up if it does. And let's see if we can do something with this. And crease it as well. Mesh tools, crease tool. Let's do this. This is interesting. I don't like it. I'm gonna get rid of it. Okay, let's now take this. I almost want to separate these two because I want to add thickness to this, and this isn't really necessary there. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to duplicate this, hide the original, and on this duplicate, I'm going to select all of this. Select Shift select over all of it to reverse it, and I'm going to delete that stuff. And then on the other one, I'm gonna make it visible again. I'm gonna delete just this. Great. Now let's take a look at just this thing and grab all of these and merge the center. Now we know it's solid. Also, this back thing I could probably crease. And now you have a bit of more of a mechanical thingy. Now let's fix this, because something looks dumb about this, and I'm not entirely certain what I can do to make it look less dumb. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just dumb. No, I mean maybe it's just me that thinks it looks. Nah, there's something weird. I'm trying to make up what a cow space helmet would look like, but that's fine. I think I have an idea. Let's make it work. So let's extrude this, push it inwards. Then select these. Let's go one. Mesh display reverse. Bada bing, bada boom. Select all these borders of the helmet that we just created, and we're gonna crease them. Let's press free and let's go to mesh tools, crease tool. Then you get something like this. Now you see you have these lighting errors here, which are a pain, but if I duplicate this and move it to the side, bring it back to the normal, and then go to mesh smooth, or was it edit mesh smooth? There we go, smooth. You can see as I increase the divisions, that doesn't actually occur in the real version. It only occurs in the smooth preview. May have something to do with softening edges. Let's take a test. No, it has nothing to do with softening edges. So as you can see, you won't get the same issue in the one that you actually divide. I'm gonna do a quick fix here on this stuff because I don't like how it's coming across. So I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna delete this. I'm not holding control or anything because I'm not deleting the vertices. And I'm gonna get this to come here like that. And now we have a poly loop instead of a triangle. And let's go to free to see it. Okay, that's a bit better. Can I do anything with this now? I don't think so. I think I gotta leave it like that, which is fine. So now, let me see if I can do this. I want to make it less like that. Yeah, that gives it a nice sharper edge. I know I don't need it, but it just does. And I'm gonna get rid of them for now because, like you saw, they're not needed. Okay, we have this dude. Let's put in a window and then I'm leaving it. So for the window, I might actually be blasphemous and use a sphere. Did I make two? Yes, I did. I'll be blasphemous and I'll use a sphere. I'll point the ends towards the Y locations. Actually, I'll even rotate it like this. And then I'll widen it to this area. And I'll push it like that. And I'll stretch it like that. Rare situation. Rare occurrence to see me use a sphere. And now we have... yeah. Gosh, I almost swore that. Oh, this is such an unprofessional video. But you know what? Friday night, tired. It's alright. You're all adults. Let's try and get this up here. I might have to edit this. I swore a bit. And that's alright. There you go. Space helm. Space helm cow. Not bad. Let's do some boots. Let's do some space boots. This is silly. I like it. Could we reuse the foot? Nah, I'm gonna start from. I don't think we need this guy anymore. Get out of here. Jesus. Alright, let's make a sphere. Oh dear. So let me tell you, it's been a long day. I won't tell you about it, but it's been a long day. Let's get this boot here. So do we want like proper boots? Yeah, let's do that. Let's just extrude this. And I'll use smooth mode for this as well. Put it up here. Now it might look really dumb and blocky at the moment. That's fine. Let's do smooth mode and let's just grab the bottom bits. And do, what am I looking for? Mesh tools. I'm going to put this on my shelf because I'm using it very often. Which you do with Control-Shift-Click on any tool in your tool palette. And now here, notice I could do this. I could grab this and I could be, oh, smooth it. And now we have like this flat foot. Or I could grab these ones up here. And now when I do these, when I crease these, it's going to curve them. It's going to create a curve going upwards, which is very cool. That's kind of what I wanted to do. And now we have this that's a slightly different shape. It's kind of like a boot, like a old school woolen boot or something. And I'm gonna do it on this end as well, on the top like that. And now because there's nothing to pinch, because essentially I'm saying I want these edges to be sharp, but I'm not saying I want the corners to be sharp. So they're still rounded, they're still smooth. If I sharpen a corner, it's going to pull it to a point. You see? Let me hide the thing. So with smooth mode, you can, if you're not sharpening corners, you can create curves like I'm doing on here. I'm going to put in another edge loop down here to create this slightly more rounder look. And I wonder what happens if I crease it. I'm just curious. Okay, it gives us a slight pinch there. which isn't bad. Which isn't bad. Now this is looking a bit dumb. I want it to be a bit wider, a bit bigger, like a space boot, like a big boot. The boot itself could use some No, that's silly. No, that doesn't make sense. It's fine. It's inside. It's inside the space that it needs to be. That's okay. Now we can grab this thing on the inside and delete it, and then we can grab these borders and scale them inwards, and then scale them downwards. We don't need to close them necessarily, but we could as well. We could close them too. Let me extrude again towards the center and do mesh to edit mesh center. Grab these corners, crease, bam, money in the bank. We got a boot. Oh yeah. What can you make them? What can you do to make it more space boot? Just put some simple details on there. Where'd the cube go? There we go. Made a little cube, and you can literally just make some basic stylization deets. It's gonna look like Santa's boot, isn't it? Let's put it on the side so it doesn't look like Santa's boot. Put it here, and we can put a little edge, edge, and then we can grab vertices, push them in, and now you have kind of like a little strap. And a lot of the other stuff you can do in a texture, not necessarily have to do them in model. And let's grab these. Should I sharpen this? Can do. Otherwise it looks a bit like a fur boot. Done. Let's go group, and then you can mirror the whole group. Direction. Can you mirror the whole group? No, you can't. It's grouping all. It's doing all. Let's just duplicate that in -1. Then do that. That works fine. And let's move it to the back as well. I'm not gonna have different boots for the back and the front. It's like I'm not that worried about realism and how realistically it would work. Not with a stylized character. With a real character, yeah, I would think about that stuff. With a realistic character, but with a stylized character, it's more about giving it appeal, which that's the main important thing. Now we might just be clipping here. Oh, we're not. That's very close. That's very close. We are clipping with the other though, and that's concerning. What do you do with an other in space? Who knows? Maybe we can make these a little shorter then, just for that reason. And we'll delete one of the, yeah, that will create interesting variation. Grab this. Same level. Are the inside the same? No, I didn't grab the inside. Let's put this here. Yeah, now they're the same, and I need to actually move them because of that. Let's make them isolated. And move them up. Do I have symmetry? I do have symmetry, but they're separate objects, so it doesn't. Oh, my pivot point broke because Maya has an error this year with its pivot points. Yeah, let's do this, and then bring this back. And I'm just gonna do it on this one. I'm not gonna. I'll do this. I'll scale it in. Oh, this is a good song. Take this off. There we go. We'll do it to this one as well. Better. Okay, -1. And I'm just gonna probably have to restart my mine in a second because I have the issue with the, oh darn it, this thing. Just make it smaller. Where's the thing? There it is. I'm still getting this. What is this? What is this error? Is it because it's like, is it something to do with, oh, it's not from here. What's it from? Do I have two on top of each other? I do. Lovely. Get rid of this one. This one has been positioned to work better. Sweet. Thank you. Alright, finally. Son of a gun. This needs to be squished so it fits. Sick. Alright, space boots done. And you can see there's a lot of different kind of boots you can make. You can even make little pointy boots, which I'm going to show you how to do. I need to reset so I can fix my pivot points. This looks very weird, but just wait for it. Let me delete all my history. Pull this up, put it at the front. Okay, and now this is going to be pinched, and these are going to be squidged as well. Alright, and these as well could benefit from that. Okay, I'm sorry, this is not why you're watching this video. It is not to watch me sing to this song. Let's see. It's making it. Let's try it this way. I'm trying to make a pointy boot. That's what I'm trying to do. That is silly. What if you wait? Actually, what am I doing? You just need to kind of bring these together. Edit mesh. Merge center. Now you have this little point. Which is nice. Let's undo these creasings and redo these ones. We don't want this. Now you got like a Robin Hoodie kind of boot, just a bit. Bam. And got a bit here that we don't want. You got this pointy boot. Oh no. Oh no. This is a song. It's the song that I sing in the shower. There you go. You got a little Robin Hood boot there. I'm going to put her off to the side. It's very cute. And I'm going to switch this one. There we go. These bits I want to extrude in a little, then flatten. Okay, I'm gonna restart Maya because the pivot point is being difficult. Should open up pretty quickly though. In the meantime, let's see what the song is called, because holy moly. Oh, I am recording. Excellent. What are we on? Minute 1, Bay City. That's what you want, man. Bay City. Excellent. Maya, open yourself up. Gosh, this might be a long video. you get to see the difference. You get to see the difference between me speeding through videos and talking very quickly, and me kind of being chill and trying to go through stuff slowly. Did we lose the thing? Did we lose the little shoe? I think we did. That's fine. Oh, I forgot the ears. What are we gonna do with these? Well, what I was gonna do is actually bend them inwards. So I was gonna group them, and then I was gonna move this up here, and then I was going to move them inwards like that. So they kind of bend inwards. So now when you're looking through it, and if we take this and let's give it a different material, and increase the transparency. Let's make it dark blue. I think that's dark blue. Right, so and the horns as well, I forgot about those. Well, I mean, if he has a helmet, we can't see the horns, it's alright. But you know, saying that, it's pinching his head, which isn't good. So let's actually raise this up some more than it already raised up, which is quite silly. So it covers the horns. Gosh, this is very big, isn't it? Oh, it's too big. I think that's too big. It looks cuter this way. It's a bit smaller. It's a bit cuter. Unless I lift it from the bottom. That's the only way I can justify doing it, honestly. Oh, but then we... you know what, that's better. That's better. We can lift it downwards instead of... Oh, it's tricky, isn't it? Figuring this out. I've never made a space helmet for a cow before. It's so long. It's so long. Let's delete this. Yeah, let's do it this way, and then let's just bridge these. No, not to each other. Okay, and then let's do the usual. Crease these boys. Bam. This one too. And also these ones. And then we have something like this, which is very sharp and weird looking, actually. So much so that I want to get rid of these. There. And this thing we can kind of... Oh gosh, I didn't optimize this at all, did I? Jeez. Ay. Oh, annoying. Okay. Alright, we got this. We're doing it the annoying way. We're doing it. Then we can grab this bottom bit and we can just move it down and scale it out. I'll grab these bits that are poking through. Symmetry on? Nope. Vortex, thank you. And I'm gonna flatten them. Oh no, I don't want the top bits. Leave the top bits where they are. Just these bits. Flat. These ones. That, and move them in. And we're good. Better. Could be more better, but for this is okay. And this kind of flat bit is kind of cool, actually. It sticks out here. Like that. Anything else? Do we actually want to put something in here? Kinda, it just doesn't make a big difference, does it? It sharpens it, but you don't need that, because in the normal smooth it's gonna be fine. Yeah, so the ear, going back to the thing we were doing, can I select the ear? I cannot, I have to hide this first. Let's do it, hide. Let me, yeah, it's this one. Let's select the ear, so we can kind of like push it in a bit more. Oops, move this up. And you can adjust it so it fits with the design. I think we've lost the earring somewhere. But that happens with earrings. Oh man, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. Can you go to world, please? Thank you. Why? Why? Is it because we only have one? No. Modify, freeze transformations. Duplicate, -1. That is very not what I wanted. Why would you do this? Okay. Is it because this has transformations? Yes. So, okay. So we have an ear inside an ear. That's our problem. And we have our little earring here. I can see it. Nice. I don't know if wearing earrings in space is allowed, but there you have it. Okay, let's duplicate this thing. Or let's actually duplicate this. Take it out of the group. Group it. -1. Bam. Sweetness. Alright. We have our helmet. Oh, spacesuit. That's gonna be tough. You'd make it in 2 parts, and I'm not gonna make the back bit because I don't want to work with the other. But I would start off kind of similar to this. I would make something that's kind of like a collar. Kind of. That is facing the wrong direction. And after this, I'll show you a different hat and a different shirt, and then I'll call it a day. If you want me to go through more different things that can be made, make sure to send me a message. I asked before, and I didn't get many replies, which is fine. So do let me know if you want something specific to be covered. Do something like this. And extrude this a little bit. And let's... I kind of feel like I want to... You know what, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna grab the body and I'm gonna duplicate it and separate it from the group that it was in. Move to the side. I'm going to delete everything up to the neck. And I'm gonna delete the rear as well. And should I delete these? I'll delete them up to this point. Alright, up to here, and I'll get rid of these in between as well. Control delete. And then I'm gonna put it back in the center of the world, on top of the body it was on. But then I'm gonna go to vertex, and I'm gonna grab all the vertices, and I'm gonna go to modify, transform tools, move normal tool. And I'm gonna go N, and I'm gonna pull it out like that. So it inflates essentially. And then I'm gonna do some by hand because I don't like how all of them are inflating. And I can move it forwards a bit, or I can move it like where it was, and I can just move this front bit forwards a bit, and then we're all right. This is okay. I kind of want this to be sharper. Too sharp, it goes into the body. Okay, now I can scale it either in or out. I think I'm gonna scale it in, honestly, to get a better result. Or at least a result more close to what I want. And I might not even have to scale it in, because here it connects to the neck and you can't see the hole, right? And here it connects to the boots and you again can't see. So let's grab this thing and just scale it inwards, like that. And then let's grab this edge and sharpen it. And now you have... Let's sharpen that edge as well. It's a border edge anyway, but... make sure they're in line. Okay, so now we have this shirt. What do we do with it? Well, let's add some details. Let's follow on our visual language from here. Extrude something like that. Ooh. Interesting. Very strange. Alright, and I want this one to be completely sharp, even though the other one isn't 100% sharp. Here, do we want to sharpen these? Give it some space shoulder pads or something? We can do. We can give it some space shoulder pads. We could add entirely separate thingies on here. Let's add a... Oh, this will be quicker. Yeah, let's just grab this torus. Reduce it to about 12. 12 is alright for some small things. I think 16 or 18 is a better number for larger things in terms of like spans. But the roundness isn't as vital. Like 8 is usually as much as you need, if not more. Oops. Okay. Let's move this here and move the pivot point around here and scale it. And then I'm just gonna grab this edge with smooth selection and do a curve. Oh gosh, we need more smooth selection, jeez. Oh, it's not good. Ugh, I could do it by hand, but that just feels like not an efficient way to do things, and you have to be efficient when doing this stuff because there's a lot of work to do. There's always work to do, and if you're not efficient, you're gonna have a bad time. Okay, this isn't the worst. Boom. Looks very weird. It's like a Ghostbusters cow now or something. Why is it so thick, man? Let's make it thinner. Edit. No, modify. Transform. Move normal. Scale it in. Make it thinner. And then let's just play soften edge. Man, if you wanted to, you could do some weird details in here. You could be like, oh, let me fix this. You could be like, oh, let's put in like a thing, and then like scale it in, and do this stuff, and then bada bing, bada boom, and you could do lots of things. You could do lots of tiny details or big details. It's whatever you can imagine, really. And when you get to a point in 3D modeling where it's like just thinking of ideas, and you get there pretty quick, you guys might already be there. You're just thinking of stuff to model. It can be enjoyable. It's enjoyable for sure. Not can be, it definitely is. Now it's an alien cow. Alright, I think I'm gonna stop with the space stuff because I'm running out of ideas. And take all of this junk as well. What is this? That was a duplicate, and I don't know what this is. Oh, it's the other. Is it the other thing? I don't know, honestly. Which one's this? This thing. Let's group all of that and call it space. Hide it. Now, what is this? It's the other ear. Oh my god. Okay. And we have a sad ear now, and that's just how it's gonna be. Oh, let's give it some like surprise at least. Oh, oh, it's winking. That was not what I expected. Let's do world. There we go. That's better. Okay, what's the last things I wanted to do? Just a hat and a shirt. The shirt, I don't even know whether I'll go through. You kind of saw what I did with the spacesuit, right? You could do something similar to that. And then just cut it down the middle. Let me do that very quickly to show you. Something like this. And we'll grab the area around the legs, but not the legs themselves. That'll be fine. And we'll grab this area as well. And do we need one more? Yeah, why not? Like the rest, delete it. Oh, interesting. Just one. And before I put it back, I'm gonna just start working on it. I want to put a line down here, but I have this blocking it, which is not ideal. This is, I might have to work in this mode for a second, which is quite ugly, but what if we do, let's do object symmetry, object X, because then we're X for the object. Are we? No? Can I do symmetry, topology, and then click the middle line, and now we're in topology for this object. Yes, and excellent. Let me do this. Let's delete these faces. Ooh, that deleted them quite a bit, didn't it? Okay, let's delete this face. Okay, let's delete these faces. That would be fine. Oh, and the symmetry's gone. Okay, let's just move to the center of the world and then turn world symmetry X and hide our bovine. Except when you want to unhide this and hide this. Okay, great. So let's put in some thingies here for the shirt opening. I'm thinking of, you know, checkered style shirt, not like t-shirt, because those are different. Let's do this. No. We're doing this. And then we're connecting these because we want this to be a continuous line that we're gonna break afterwards. And then we want to bridge these fellas and these ladies. And we can delete this middle. And let's take a look at it in smooth mode. Okay, so we have this thing here. These sleeves we can kind of extrude. Let's see the bovine. Where it went? This one? Or was it this one? No. There we go. Yeah, let's make this bigger first using our tools. Modify, transform, tools, move normal. And let's just expand it a bit so it looks like a shirt. And let's move these up, just these top ones. That's the spirit. And here I want these to be a little further up, and there will be a reason for that soon. And I want to grab this and I want to crease it a bit. Oops, wrong one. And I can move these forwards a bit. They don't have to be this far back. And if I want to move this whole thing back, I can. I just need to add the line in here. I can kind of, come on, move this back as much as it wants to go. But you know, I'm getting this weird pinching now, so don't need it that far. Now, that was also useful because I put a line in between and now I have this, or was this before? This was before, this is what we pinched. Now, what we can do here is a few things. We are gonna create a collar and we're going to pull this out like this. And I'm going to look at it in this view for a second. We're gonna pull it out so we extruded that collar, and then I'm going to delete a few of the edges around the outside, which are going to make it look like an actual collar, like that. I think I accidentally deleted one more than I needed to. I need to delete this one and nothing on the... Huh. There's an issue which I know what it is and I'll solve it in a bit. We'll come back to the collar. Let's do the sleeves, like I said. Get sidetracked. Something like here, and then extrude. Pull them down. Oh, that looks very silly. Alright, we got a shirt going. I really hope I put timestamps in the video so you guys actually know which parts are the ones that are of interest to you. I'm gonna have to do that. Oh, that's a very 80s shirt in it. Let's go back. Let's just leave it like this for now. Maybe we'll just put a loop further up and then we'll crease that loop instead. Oh, it's still really, this is very like, almost like mom jeans, but it's pants. Oh jeez. If you don't know what mom jeans are, it's a generational thing. It's an old meme. From before memes were a thing. Yeah, we can open the shirt a bit as well, give it some breathing room. And that's kind of alright. That's kind of a shirt in it. I can't do pants. I don't know how a cow's pants would be like. I'm just not gonna do pants. I'll think about it. If I think of how to do pants, I'll let you know. Okay, let's do this now. Do we extrude inwards first? Do we extrude outwards? Okay, yes, we extrude outwards first. Exactly. And then we grab these inside edges and we remove them. But then we have empty space, which is not what's supposed to happen. So we're gonna have to again bridge some of these together. So let's make only this visible because I can't see what I'm doing. Yeah, it's deleted. It's removed an edge that we had before. So this connection to here needs to happen again with the bridge tool. Or is it to here? Yeah, this connection to... Oh, I see. Because they're gonna be facing the opposite ways in that case. So these faces have to be reversed first. Like this. Which is a little annoying. For this to be able to do this. Okay, yeah, I understand. And then they connect like that, like they were before. Yeah, because it's actually unfolding outwards, the color, isn't it? Interesting, that makes sense. There you go. I'll just soften all of this. It's like very... And I do put free, and now you can see the color. I wish it wasn't like this bent. I wonder if I extrude it. No, extruding isn't gonna help it. But that doesn't matter because in the texture we can make it so you see it from both sides. So it's not too big of a deal. Got a little collar there. Kind of like a Weathercow. But yeah, you can make a shirt like that. You can add, I wouldn't add buttons and things because you can add those in the texture unless you want to add like a really big exaggerated one. And you know, you can use your usual sculpting techniques to do whatever your heart desires from here on out. Something like that. It looks a bit weird, but I just want to cut this. And then I want to pinch it from both ends. That. Now you got like a little pointy shirt bit if you wanted to. Now before I skedaddle and make a hat and then leave you alone, let me grab this, move it to the side, and apply the thing. Also, let me grab our space dude and grab that space helmet and spacesuit. No, not the shirt, the suit. And duplicate those and put them to the side as well. I'll take these out of their groups and then hide the space dude. So this one, let's press 1 on all of them. And this one, let's divide it. So mesh, smooth. And we can do it once, twice. 3 times. And this is what we got, and we'd have to go in and delete a lot of the edges that we don't want. Let's go on this one as well. Let's grab the helmet first and do mesh smooth, and it follows the preview quite nicely. Looks quite cool, honestly. And you know, after we delete a lot of these edges, it will still look the same. and I can do that like right now, literally. And I'm not gonna do it for all of it, but you get the idea of what I'm talking about, that, you know, it is gonna look the same. Now, oh, you get the sliding error. Just harden the edges. We still gotta do that. Is there something that I'm missing here? Does something get lost? No, nothing gets lost. It's just being a bit silly. Grab the insides. Right. Mesh display, harden edge. Bam. Done. Even a little better than before because we get the hardened edge now. And you know, I'll do that for all of it, and I'll just do this one as or just soft smooth this one so you can see it. And I'll go in here and get rid of a lot of edges I don't need. And on this one I kind of choose, I can leave these two as a bevel and just get rid of the rest. And then I'll go down and get rid of all of them. Yeah, okay, last thing, and then let's call it. I don't even know how long we've been recording. How long has it been? It's been an hour. Welcome to my TED Talk. I'll do two things. I'll do a bow, a hat. Man, I'll get to that hat one day, I promise. Alright, really quick bow for this really styling cow, disco cow. It's a disco cow, isn't it? And hopefully you're figuring out, you know, how you can make your own things. You know, sometimes you don't need someone to show you, or a lot of the time you won't need someone to show you how to do something. You'll just kind of try and figure it out yourself. I'm giving you a starting point with a bunch of content that hopefully is giving you a good idea of how you can go about making a bunch of stuff, not just the things I'm showing. But you know, not obliged to be in that position. Sometimes you're just watching it for that specific thing. You're not thinking about everything else. And oh, you know, how many other things can I make with this? That's cool. It's a cool thing to think, but not everyone are in that position. Just saying. There you go. And to put that on the back, you just put it on the back. And it's like an Eeyore thing, isn't it? And then you could get one of these smaller, change the resolution to like 8 or less. It's gonna be quite small, so you won't really see it. Put it down, position. Could delete the things you never see as well. It's half of it you never even see. Like that. Get a little tail. Alright, let's do a hat. What kind of hat we doing? We're doing a beanie, and then we can do like a beanie. Oh, beanie's gonna look so dumb. Let's do it. Let's do it. I don't mean dumb like it'll look stupid, but it's just, you know, it will look funny. It will look cute. Go for symmetry. Oh no, it's gonna be one of those beanies, isn't it? Ah, oh, jeez. If any of you have seen Dogma, you might know what I'm talking about. Alright, it's not the beanie I was going for, but we can start with something like that and then grab our tool and then kind of like move it over. And we can just leave it like that, or we could sharpen some edges. Like that. Let's soften these. There we go. And you could also do some cool stuff. So you could like grab certain edges, or you could insert a few in between and then like grab a few of these points and then you could do your modify, transform, move normal, move the normals out, and these ones you could just sharpen a bit. Dang it. Maybe you can do a sharpen like that. That doesn't look nice. Let's do the like this. Yeah, you could sharpen the underneath, and then it looks like you have a fold there. And like I said, I'm not being super careful. Or you could do a bunch of stuff like that. This is just one quick example. Let's actually make her just tiny and just pull this out. And we can do that up here on these things that are really close together as well. Let's take this off. We can do that. Alright. You get this kind of look. On this part you could bevel it. Boom. And the bottom part, I would usually have the bottom part be like, this is what a real beanie's like, like thick. And you could put it lower and you could do something fun, like you could, where the ears are, you could like smooth it a bit and then pull it out a bit so it like fits the ear. You could do cute stuff like that. Just remember the style. And of course, get rid of stuff you don't need. Now, someone wanted me to do hair, and I will do hair entirely separately in a separate video, which I could have said in the beginning. I'll put that in the post when I send it to everyone. But hair is going to be separate because it just takes a bit longer. Alright, we made a beanie. Let's do like a sun hat. I think you get, I must say, I think you get the principle by now of how these things work. Of how you can create assets from primitives and use basic shapes to get something close to the thing that you want. There's a lot of things you could do. Now, how should we do this? Let's bring this lower down to about where we want the end of it to be. And then grab this and do this. And pull it up. Ooh, that doesn't work, does it? Okay, let's do this then. Let's just pull it all up normally. Oh, jeez. Thank you. Pull it up normally. We'll put some holes in here for the horns so they stay there. And we could even like put in this here and then like move it down. Put in another one, move it down. If you wanted to do something like that. I kind of want these to be bigger as well. Quite small. Yeah, something like that. Much bigger. Now this is supposed to be kind of like a farmer sun hat. Not necessarily like an Eastern farmer. That's not what I was going for, but it looks a bit like it could be that if someone wanted it to be. I was going for more like a European farmer hat, or like your grandma's sun hat, or one of the queen's hats. Then you could kind of like just do this. We'll grab these points. World, right? Boom. Move down. Big. It's good enough. If you wanted to, you could extrude it if you want its thickness for whatever reason. I don't, but you could. And you can do lots of creative stuff with things like this. You could do a pirate hat, you could do a you know, you could do anything. You can do any kind of hat. You guys are getting pretty competent in modeling. You should be able to kind of start being able to see how you can just make stuff out of stuff. And if you're getting stuck in, as I keep saying, use reference. I'm not using reference because I have a bunch of stuff in my head. Even if you have a bunch of stuff in your head, use reference. You're like, oh, but I don't know what to model, or I don't know what to design. Get a picture online of something, whatever pops into your head, maybe something you saw a video of, or on TV, like on the street, in a magazine, just whatever, something you saw, and just model it, or make it part of your project in some way if you want to just practice, but you don't know what to practice with. Yeah, let's do this. We won't need those are bits. Mesh display, soft image. Went silent on there for a second. Amazing. Probably the longest I've been silent in a lecture. Sorry to ruin it for you. Now these look like Lou rows at the moment, which is not what I want. And I'm gonna make them look slightly less like Lou rows and more like corks. But I'm kind of afraid they're just gonna look like marshmallows. Because you know, I'm just making this up. I hope you kind of get what I'm trying to make here. I think it's somewhat obvious, but you never know. They're kind of like those hats that have the little things around them. In Australia, they're to push away flies. In Mexico, they're just to look cool. So, you know, as far as I know. Yeah, okay, well, our schnazzy cow is pretty good. The only other thing that I know we had a request for was fur and hair, and I will get to those. Those will be done, but they will be done separately, just because they're a slightly separate topic. I apologize that this wasn't a quick and cut video, and it wasn't super fast. You know what I'll do? I'll upload two versions of this. I'll upload this version, which is super cash, and I'll upload a version which is super fast. So it will be sped up. It'll be really quick. So we'll get that done. We'll get those edited. You'll be able to access them on Monday. So, and hopefully we'll also have a texturing one on Monday as well. But I'm not certain whether we'll get to that. So essentially during the lecture I'll be going through and chatting with you guys, and you guys can just watch the lecture and go through it. So that's everything from me tonight. I'm glad I got this done. I know it wasn't exactly how it was gonna be. It was gonna be very fast and have topics covered less casually and more intensely. But I think this was kind of nice too. So have a nice afternoon or evening or morning, wherever you are. And thanks for watching. I hope it was useful. Bye-bye.